Hi, this is Rose Booktube, and I'm here with a cold, soldiering on because I want to record videos for you guys. I've just washed my hair, so yeah, as well, that's kind of wet. But yeah, I'm just in my room. I've got some nice, relaxing lavender perfume on. I might make myself some coffee. My favourite, where is it? Oh, this one. My favourite, is this back to front or not? I think this is the right way up. Yeah. Oh, this is my favourite coffee. It's called Law Macchiato, and it's basically, how do you open the box? I'm going to try to. It's basically a type of pod of coffee for my Tassimo machine, my coffee machine. And we'll get pods out for in a minute. I'm going to have some of that to help me, So it comes in little pods, and you put the coffee in, and then you add the little milk pod, and then you make nice coffee. And then I have a really nice vanilla syrup to make it nice and fresh. Anyway, this is my review of The Distance Between Me and You. I can never get this title right. The Distance From Me to You, something like that. But I don't know, I should know the name of the book I just read, but it's just fiddly, okay? And it's not like I'm not like other booktubers who can just grab their paper copy and say, here it is, here's my edition, and show the paper edition, because I can't read paper books, I have to read ebooks on my kind of braille, it's called braille note, it's like a braille computer. But anyway, this book is by Marina Gessner. So this is my first book review on my kind of sort of spring cleaned, newly updated channel. Thank you to those who have newly subscribed and those who have left me comments. I understand I've got a couple of comments left to respond to. I've been so busy lately. I went to Portugal on holiday, so that happened, which was amazing. That was last week. And then I've been studying, and I've been trying to catch up on reading, which meant I didn't have any books to review, and I didn't have any real major time to kind of do a discussion-based video. So first of all, I'm going to do a bit of a spoiler-free review, and then I'm going to try and do more of a spoiler review for those who have read it or those who don't care to read it, and discuss my personal thoughts. I used to hate criticizing a book, but now I see that, not all books are perfect, and there are issues with books that I might read, and it's okay to say them. It's say that there's an issue. So this book follows two people. In particular, there's a girl called McKenna. She is just finished high school. She's 18. She's kind of she's from a small town in Connecticut. No. What's that small town? It's in, not West Virginia, that's where Maine. She's not from Maine. Connecticut, I think it is Connecticut. She's from a small town, her parents are university lecturers, they're kind of from a community sort of college. She's kind of grown up knowing she doesn't want to be stuck in this boring sort of area. She wants to go explore, she wants to go do stuff. And basically McKenna goes, okay, my dad was an explorer. When he was younger, he went on hikes. He's taught me how to hike. And now he's not hiking anymore because he's so caught up in his job. So I'm going to hike. And so she planned to hike with her best friend on the Appalachian Trail. And basically, she ends up, her best friend ends up getting back together with her old ex. This is from the first chapter. This is not stuff you're going to be like, oh, spoilers. This is just from the base of the whole story. So her best friend Courtney, who she was meant to go with, goes, "Oh, I'm back together with my ex-boyfriend and now things are going well between us and I've really missed him and I don't want to go for 6 months on this big hike where I'll probably not see him and, he'll have the chance to break my heart again." So she goes, "What, great, so my best friend who was going to go along with us with her dog and, everything." She's not going anymore, so McKenna plans to go alone. She goes, "Okay, I won't tell my parents, I want to do this, I'm not stopping to do this, I want to do this." So she goes on the trail. Then you meet later on Sam, I forgot his last name, Tilgman or something, Tilgman, something like that. He is a boy who kind of left abruptly halfway through high school, kind of had been running away from his problems and now is sort of walking the trail up and down, doesn't have a plan. And his story is sad, okay? I will tell you that. His story, the reasons why he's running from his life, is sad. And a guy shouldn't have to go through these things. And he's obviously come out a stronger person for it. And, he's obviously got his issues. And basically, they meet a few times on the trail, McKenna and Sam. They kind of connect a couple of times, end up sort of in the same kind of campsites a couple of times, and they meet a couple of times. And then it starts off with, they sort of become loved up. There's no other word for it. I mean, it's not all honeymoon, everyone's walking in the sunshine story. There is a dark turn and things start to go wrong for McKenna and Sam. So it's a brilliant book. The characters in it are interesting. I think it's a good book. It's a standalone. It's not the longest book in the world, but it's long enough that it's a detailed story, and it's a good book. It's a solid good book. And I've heard I'm not sure what stage they're at, but I've heard that there is some stage of producing this film. I'm not sure what that stage is, or how much they've done towards that, or what they are doing towards that, or if they've even cast it, or what they're doing. But they're making the film, some kind of film adaptation of this book. I enjoyed it. I would probably give it a 4 stars. I enjoyed it. I would say 3.5 stars, but I don't really like doing halves. I mean, it was a good book. It was a nice storyline. The two characters were different. It wasn't overly cliched. It wasn't all sugary perfect. It was bittersweet at times. It was emotional at times. It was funny at times. It was heartwarming at times. It wasn't my favourite book in the world. It wasn't a book which I would read 100 times over. It's not a book I'm going to rant about for 100 years how brilliant it is. It's a good book, and I enjoyed reading it, and that's it, really. That's that. I recommend it if you like young adult. I recommend it if you like standalone novels. I recommend it if you like a fairly easy read. It is a fairly easy read. I recommend it if you like seeing characters kind of grow throughout a story, or kind of evolve, or kind of become clearer throughout a story. It's quite a streamlined kind of progressive read. Steady climb. This is ironic for the hiking style book. Anyway, I really enjoyed it. I'm not going to rant about it. I haven't got huge passionate feelings about it. I have opinions. I liked it. I enjoyed it. But 3.5, 4 stars. Sort of stuck between 3 and 4. I don't like doing half stars. I don't know why. I just like solid numbers. But anyway, if you haven't read the book and you want to read it or don't want spoilers, then I would suggest stepping away now, because for the last couple of minutes I'm just going to do a spoilery section Okay, so I'll try not to spoil too much in case you're just trying to, I'll try not to spoil too much, but I want to discuss feelings for those who have read it or those who don't mind spoilers or yeah. So if you are not interested in this book, then please, you don't want spoilers, please stop, go, don't put yourself in a position where you hear all the spoilers and then, So yeah, thank you to those people for listening. And now, spoiler time. So I'm assuming if you're still listening, you're either you've read the book, you don't mind spoilers, you're not interested in reading this book, or you're just playing stupid. I'm playing stupid sometimes. I watch spoiler parts of books that I genuinely will, or even am reading, which is stupid, but yeah. So I'm not blaming you for being stupid, honestly. There are a couple of issues I have with this book. So, okay, McKenna is very determined, right? No one's stopping her from doing stuff. She kind of has a good sense of right and wrong. She's kind of, thinks she's had a kind of previous relationship, and I just think she's kind of learned right and wrong. She's kind of very mature in some ways. She knows when, when her ex-boyfriend breaks up with her that actually, or tells her they're on a break, that he kind of doesn't expect them to get back together. She's quite sensible. She does sensible things. She's gone on this hike. She's done some stupid things, like telling her parents she's with a friend who's still down the road, which, I just don't think. I think on the whole she's fairly sensible, but she does a couple of stupid things, right? The boy, Sam, I think his story is sad, but I don't see the appeal of his character. He's this charming guy with a deep swooning voice, and he tells these horror stories to scare girls at campfires, and this McKenna's not even scared, she's just like, whatever, dude, basically, and she's not even that interested, and then suddenly somehow, I just don't know, it's just like within a blink of an eye, they keep like reappearing in each other's lives and stuff on the trail, but like suddenly she's just letting him stay with her, and it's like, oh, okay, and then I don't know, I just have issues with it. He's like, oh, you're so lucky because you're rich and it makes you innocent. And yeah, I think sometimes when people have a lot of money, they don't see how harsh the world is. But I think he kept going about it too much. That it's like, okay, is this meant to be a love interest or not? Because she basically just seemed to ignore this stuff. And then, like, there's this issue. Sam does something towards the end of the book. He's like, oh, let's go off the trail, let's go adventuring. And she's like, no, we're not doing it. And then she sees Walden, the kind of mysterious guy on the trail, and she goes, I have to tell him, and runs off the trail and basically just follows him because she loves him. I wouldn't have thought a girl who was that sensible and that strong-minded. She seems to be a bit of a feminist. She wants there to be a woman accomplishment, a woman who of her kind of, to hear about women who've accomplished this trail. She wants to hear about all those stories. She wants to kind of be able to say she's done it herself. She follows her guidebook religiously. She doesn't like the fire. She keeps by the rule book. She's a very sensible hiker. That's one thing I'll say. Hiking wise, she's sensible. And yeah, she always run after him. And then, I don't know. I just have issues with it, but I did enjoy it, and I've tried not to mention everything that I find irritating, or not even irritating, just questionable. But yeah, I hope I haven't spoiled too much if you were being, just spying on the video despite not reading the book and wanting to read the book. But yeah, I think, it's a good book. I enjoyed it, and I think I would recommend it, definitely. It's a good book. No book's perfect, and I have a few nitpicky issues, but yeah. yeah, I probably would lean more towards a 3.5 stars. If I could. Head over to my Goodreads channel to see my written review. It's not up yet, but um, yeah, we'll have a written review. It's also called Braille Rose Booktube. Thank you for watching this video. Sorry for my cold, kind of stuffed voice and my ramblings, but I hope you've enjoyed the video. I hope you will read the book if you were interested in that kind of genre, because it is good. And I hope maybe you can drop me some comments, spread the word, keep the love going for books and, you know, this blind booktuber. So yeah, keep on reading. And yeah, I'll be back soon, hopefully with a new book review.